In our last class, we had discussed the properties of acids, physical and chemical properties of acids and bases. We had discussed how to identify an acid, whether it is an acid or a base, through indicators. In this class, we will discuss the dilution of an acid, what happens to the H plus or H3O plus and OH minus ion concentrations whenever an acid or a base is diluted. Then we will discuss the strong acids and weak acids. How is the strength of an acid or a base determined? So first, dilution of an acid or a base. What do you mean by dilution? Dilution means to make something weak by force, weak of force or contained. Literally dilution means that. So here, dilution of an acid or a base means, normally dilution means, as I told, that making something or decreasing the concentration of solute in a solution is called dilution. So dilution of an acid means what? Means it is done whenever an acid is added to water. We say the acid has been diluted. So what happens, like a base, in case of bases, again when a base is added to water, the base is diluted. Now next, we all know that acids contain H plus or H3O plus ions. So what happens to the concentration of H plus or H3O plus ions whenever an acid is diluted? To understand that, we have to understand a term called ionic product of water or ionic product. Now what is ionic product? We all know that water is a weak electrolyte. So whenever this water gives H plus and OH minus ions, whenever the water or it dissociates self-ionization, that is, because this H plus ion combines with another water molecule, it becomes H3O plus. Okay, so H2O plus H2O, it gives H3O plus ions plus OH minus. Okay, so the molar concentration is or the ionic product, I can say, is of K. This is called the ionic product, equals to molar concentration of H3O plus ions by whenever, or I can say, since this water is present in a large amount, its ionic product is taken, its ionization or is taken to be constant. Okay, so the product of this K with this water is another constant. I can write it as Kw. So Kw equals to molar concentration of H3O plus and OH minus. Okay, normally in water is taken to be neutral. The molar concentration of hydroxide ions or OH ions, OH minus ions, and this hydronium ions, that is H3O plus ions, are constant. How is it? This ionic product of water, or Kw, which is equal to product of molar concentration of what hydroxide ions and hydronium ion is taken to be 1.008 into 10 to the power minus 14. Okay, since these two are constant, so I can say that H3O plus square equal, since these two are equal in water, okay, I can say it as 1 into 10 to the power minus 14, right? So the molar concentration of only hydrogen or hydroxyl ions equals to 1 into 10 to the power minus 7. Same with OH minus ion concentration. This is also 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 because these two are equal. Now, what happens when we add an acid to water? Now, when an acid is added to water, since the ionic product has to be constant always, the ionic product, that is, this has to be 1 into 10 to the, this has to be constant always. So I can say that this Kw equals to Kw equals to molar concentration of H3O plus and OH minus ion, that is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. So H3O plus, if I write, equals to 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 by OH minus ions, right? Whenever we add acid, now acid contains H3O plus ions, so the H3O plus ions will increase. So once H3O plus ions will increase, so OH minus ions will have to be decreased, will have to decrease. So adding water, adding an acid to water, the H3O plus ion concentration increases, whereas the OH minus ion concentration, adding H3O plus ion increases. If I add acid to water, H3O plus ion will increase. So H3O plus ion or hydronium ion will be more than that of the concentration of hydronium ion will be more than that of hydroxide ions. Okay, but to tell you, adding acid to water, that is the concentration, or a base to water, the concentration of H plus or your OH minus ion will decrease per unit volume. Because let's take an example, this much, suppose 100 milliliter of water is there. I added an acid to 100 milliliter of water, and saying that a weaker acid, suppose, right? If volume, because more amount, that's if I increase the water, okay, so the concentration of H plus ion per unit volume will decrease. Okay, now here a point to be noted, that we must not add water to acid, rather we must add acid to water. Okay, because addition of this water to acid is a highly exothermic. A lot of amount of heat is released. Okay, so there is chances of that apparatus may get burst, or the acid may get splash out, may burn your face. So we must take precautions. We must add acid to water, not water to acid. So this is how an acid or a base is diluted, that is, they are added to water. So once again, on addition of an acid or a base to water, the concentration of H plus ion in acids and OH minus ion in base decreases per unit volume, but the H3O plus ion on dilution, the H3O plus ion will be more than that of OH minus ions. Okay, next we will see the strength of an acid or a base, or a strong acid. What is a strong acid? What is a weak acid? What is a strong base? What is a weak base? Okay. Okay. So we will discuss the strength of an acid or a base. In order to understand the strength of an acid or a base, we again need to understand the term ionization constant. Okay. So actually, what is the necessity of ionization constant? Since most of the biochemical reactions take place in aqueous medium, okay, since most of the biochemical reactions take place in aqueous medium, so we need to understand that is the ionization of water or ionization. Now what is ionization? The fraction of a molecule which gets ionized or formed into ions is called degree of ionization. Okay, so now ionization constant, let's say ionization constant of an acid, let's say an example of an acid, suppose HA is an acid. With water, it dissociates into H plus ion and A minus, or we can write it as H3O plus, let's say. And A minus. This dissociates into A. Right. Now, this molar, or according to law of chemical equilibrium, this K equals to molar concentration of by molar concentration of this acid and molar concentration of water. Okay, since water is present in a large amount, so this K into water, this is a constant. So K into water is a constant. So this is again another, that is ionic constant, Kw equals to again H3O plus molar concentration into A minus by. Okay. So this is Ka. Just not Kw. Ka. Okay. So higher the Ka, higher will be the molar concentration of H3O plus. Higher the Ka, higher will be the molar concentration of your hydroxyl ions, and that is the strong acid. So higher the Ka will be a strong acid, or the strength of that acid will be more. Similarly, lower the value of Ka, the H3O plus, molar concentration of H3O plus will be less and weaker the acid. So if the value of Ka is more, then it is said to be a strong acid. If the value of Ka is less, it will be called as a weak acid. Let's take an example. We know acetic acid. In water, it dissociates into okay. So the concentration of molar concentration of the constant of this will be equal to which is equal to whereas let's take another acid. This dissociates into H plus Cl minus. So here the Ka will be this comes out to be okay. Since the value of Ka of acetic acid is more than that of the value of Ka of this HCl, then I can say that this is a stronger acid than this. Okay. Examples of strong acids like hydrochloric acid, HCl, HBr, HI, all these are strong acids. Okay. So weak acids like your acetic acid, then your carbonic acid, all these are come under weak acids. Okay. Now I can say strong acid, the real definition of a strong acid, that acids which ionize completely and produce more number of H plus ions are said to be strong acids. What do we mean by ionize completely? Let's say 0.1 m of hydrochloric acid, 0.1 molar, 0.1 m of hydrochloric acid. It produces 0.1. If I take 0.1 of mole of 0.1 m of hydrochloric acid will produce 0.1 m of H plus ion and 0.1 m of Cl minus ions. It dissociates completely and produce 0.1. That is the molar concentration of the acid will be equal to the molar concentration of its respective ions present in it. So 0.1 m of HCl completely ionized and produced 0.1 m of H plus ion and 0.1 m of Cl minus ion. Since the molar concentration of the acid and its ions are same, so I can say that it has ionized completely. Okay, so such acids which ionize completely and produce more number of H plus ions are called strong acids. And acids which suppose if I take another acid, it doesn't dissociate. Suppose 10 m of an acid, I take 8 m of an acid, 8 m of ion, it dissociates or ionizes to 8 m, rest 2 m left. Okay, then that acid does not ionize completely, partially ionizes. It will be called as a weak acid. So strong acids are those which ionizes completely and produce more number of H plus ions or H3O plus ions, and weak acids are those which ionizes partially and produce less number of OH minus ions. Similarly, strong bases, sodium hydroxide, a strong base which ionizes completely and produce more number of OH minus ions, it's said to be a strong base. Similarly, weak base, suppose ammonium hydroxide, a base which ionizes partially and produces less number of OH minus ions, will be said to be a weak base. So this is how the strength of an acid and a base is determined by determining its ionic constant. Okay, so we read the dilution of an acid, how an acid or a base is diluted, and what happens to the H plus or OH minus ion concentration whenever an acid or a base is diluted. We read about strong and weak acids, what are strong acids and what are weak acids. How can we say that whether an acid is a strong acid or whether an acid is a weak acid? Next class we will read the pH. How can we know whether a acid is a strong acid? By determining its from its pH value, pH which is the negative of hydrogen ion concentration, that we will read in the next class. How can we know that? From pH value we can know that whether an acid is a strong or weak acid and a base is a strong or weak base. This much for today.